The top 10 resume writing tips. Apply for jobs that you're qualified for. Okay, well, this might sound obvious, but it's easy to upload a resume to a job site. What does it cost? Well, it's simply a waste of everyone's time, including your own. So understand the position that you're wanting to apply for so that you know if you have the qualifications you need to do the job. You want to feel like you have a clear enough understanding of the position you're applying for so that you'll feel confident that you'd be successful should you be hired. Think of it. If you were popped into that job tomorrow, could you do a good job in that position? You want to make sure that you're building a resume for the future. You want to be building references and qualifications as you go through your professional career. So be thinking about your 4 audiences: the ATS, the screeners, recruiters, the hiring manager, and I'll add a 5th audience because eventually you're going to be also engaging with your interviewers. Okay, so a little bit about dealing with these 4 audiences. Think of it in terms of these 4 tests. The first line of defense for your resume should be to break through the company's ATS system, or possibly that screener, that lower level employee or intern who is simply looking for keywords. So does your resume pass the keyword test? And for this, perhaps there are keywords within the job description that will ensure that your resume will come out the other side and ultimately get you the interview that you want. The scan test. So because recruiters are used to seeing really terrible resumes, they're going to automatically assume that yours falls into this category. That's going to kind of be the default. In order to quickly filter out this perhaps majority of resumes that they're receiving, they'll be scanning for obvious reasons to disqualify you. So when a recruiter picks up your resume, you want it to sell the recruiter on the idea of reading it in closer detail. So think of it this way. Your recruiter might have 100, 200, 300 resumes stacked up. Their first pass on these resumes is going to be as brief as possible. So are you going to land in the garbage pile or the for further consideration pile? That's what you need to get through. And then we have the qualifications test. After your resume passes the scan test, the recruiter will be looking to see if you meet the basic qualifications outlined for the role, such as education, years of experience, skills, all those things that you're hoping to impress your future employer with. This is the reason it's so important to only apply for the jobs you're qualified for. Failing the qualifications test is immediate grounds for getting your resume placed into the rejection pile. Now, it is possible that you might feel as though you have something that is equivalent. So then your resume is going to have to sell that equivalency enough to get you moved to the next stage. And lastly, we have the fit test. So by the time your resume passes the qualifications test, the recruiter is going to be anxious to find a potential candidate for the role. At this stage, they want to have that short list of candidates ready to go for the hiring manager. They want to know that all of the short list that they're going to be presenting to the hire manager are going to be good potential fits. This is where they'll look more closely at how you communicate your professional experience and the overall level of professionalism that you convey. So remember, they're still just looking at your resume here. Once you pass this test, the fit test, you're on your way. So you've probably got yourself an interview or at least a phone screening.